Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is DFree, and here today we're going to be taking a look at something that could be pretty crazy. So this is Zenkai Goku. So we're going to take a look at what he does, how he functions, and we'll see how good he is, man. I'm excited. Also not excited. Also, I am just all over the place. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Definitely hit the subscribe if you're new. We're going to be back doing showcases, of course, as always, and we're going to test him out. So he is going to be exchangeable in the shop, just like Gohan was, for the record, if you guys got him 7-star. That being said, I've pulled him quite a number of times. He's been on a lot of banners, actually, that I've summoned on. So, yeah. Anyways, so here we go. So here's how he looks, by the way, pre-transformation. Just for the record, pre-Zenkai, pre-transformation. These are the stats for him. Wow, he had 290,000 blast stack already pre-Zenkai. That's something, man. At my star level, obviously. So yeah, we're gonna see how things are for him in a minute. But okay. Also, I'm curious to see what he's gonna wind up Zenkai buffing. Okay, so here is how he is, man. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Here we go. So pre-transformation. My goodness, that defense is super high pre-transformation. Attack stats are no slouch either. Post, he's got 320. God damn. 320,000 blast attack. Oh no. 190,000 defenses. Oh no. These are his final stats, by the way. He's completely at 14-star, everything like that. Even though the last star technically wouldn't be a stat upgrade, it would just be a Z ability upgrade versus where I had him. So let's take a look at how things are for him. They're going to change a lot of this stuff. So here's the big ticket item, the Angry Kamehameha. This is what everyone's super concerned about because it's still a really good ability. For the record, here's my stance on Goku. Do I think he needed a Zenkai? No. I'd say no, but I think that him needing one was fastly approaching. The reason why is because there are several characters that are better than him in the game now, and he's a year old. You have to think about it. Legends has a rampant power creep. Now, here's the deal. Saying that he needs one doesn't mean that he needs one more than X character, right? There are a ton of characters that should get priority over him. That's just kind of how things are. Like, I don't think, if you're going to say that, you know, Gohan, I think Gohan needed one too, but he didn't need it immediately. Like, you know, a couple months ago when he got it, he didn't need it then, but he was really old. He was starting to show his age. And I think this Goku is a character that deserves one. But everybody's super scared of him because of this blue card, right? So let's see what he does and how things are functioning for him. Massive impact damage, plus 20% to special move damage inflicted for 15 counts upon activation. Counter will activate upon enemies' arts attacks while in fighting pose, excluding certain moves. Doesn't seem like they changed the activation conditions on this. We'll find out, obviously, when this is officially live, but it doesn't seem like it. Plus 50% of special move damage inflicted for 3 counts once the counter is activated. So, for the record, he gets 20% if you don't get a counter, but if you do get a counter, he gets another 50% on top of the 20. That's pretty nuts, actually. Also has the ability to nullify endurance. It pretty much already had that. Actually, let me see how things were before. It didn't. It didn't actually. No. Let me turn off the limit status or whatever. There we go. I was like, nah, it did. It did. So, okay. It's basically the same thing. It's like actually the same thing. Anyways, let's go back to the complete Zenkai version. Okay. So, post-transformation. Well, I guess I can look at his pre-transformation self as well. We need to do that. Plus 20% of special move damage inflicted. Giant swing plus 15% of damage inflicted for 15 counts. This is, by the way, pre-transformation, and this is the Zenkai version. 15% for 15 counts upon activation. Restores Vanish Gauge by 50%. Inflicts force switching on hit. Pretty good green card still, obviously. So now when he transforms, he restores Ki and gets a 30% non-cancelable damage buff. Okay. All right. So this is so much easier when I have access to it on the computer, by the way. So anyways, the Zenkai ability is now Blue Saiyans. Oh, great. Exact same Zenkai ability as Blue Bardock, who just came out as well, by the way. Oh, great. Couldn't have been like, I don't know, Blue Sun Family. I guess that's less bad, but it's still bad. It's just less bad. Anyways, Increases damage inflicted according to the number of counts elapsed with the character. After 3 counts, it's 30. After 8 counts, it's 50. Effects reset after transformation or switching. Reduces damage received by 40% for 10 counts when he enters the battlefield. Restores ki by 30 when he evades the enemy's attack. Restores health by 50% when 2 allies are defeated. Yeah, right. You're not getting that one pre-transformation. Pre-transformation? Yeah, right. No reason for him to be last man. I guess you could, technically, but nah. Applies the following effects itself when 1 allied character is defeated. Damage buff. Nullify attribute downgrades up to 2 times. Nullify abnormal condition up to 2 times. Okay. This really isn't... I mean, this is good. It's just kind of whatever, though. It gives him immunities. But it's not anything like super crazy. The last unique here... This is with Zenkai 6. Applies the following effects itself when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki. Literally, every freaking Zenkai Goku restores ki on entering battlefield. Plus 20% of damage and plus 15% of blast damage. Okay, yeah. So let's see how he is post-transformation. With the giant swing, post-transformation, plus 20% of damage inflicted, restores gauge by 50%, inflicts force switching, and inflicts downgrade, plus 15% to impact damage received. By the way, every single type of hit he does is an impact type of hit, so it's just a buff in general to impact damage, which is literally everything he does. And it's actually what most characters do, by the way. So post-transformation with the Zenkai, draws a blue card, restores ki by 30, minus 10 to his strike and blast starts cost. And plus 60% to ki recovery for 60 counts. That's quite a bit. They were trying to be cute with this and didn't give him enough ki to actually use the freaking blue card he draws. Not that it matters. They even gave him ki recovery. Just casually gave him 60% ki recovery for 60 counts. The cheap cards is where it's at, though. The cheap cards is nuts, especially for a dude that's supposed to be like your last man standing. Again, same stuff here. Plus 50% of blast damage inflicted when 2 allies are defeated. Cannot be canceled. Okay, automatic 50%. We saw this blast stat earlier, right? What is it, 320,000? Increases damage inflicted according to the number of counts elapsed with the character up to 70%. So you get an up to 70% damage inflicted buff. That can be canceled, by the way. If he's your last man, after 8 counts, so you're getting 70% more damage. On top of the fact you're getting a 50% blast-specific damage buff. Reduces damage received by 40% for 10 counts when he enters the battlefield. Applies the following effects to self when this character evades an enemy's attack with a vanishing step. Restores ki by 30 and randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Wow, that's pretty nuts. The only issue I have with this is that you're in a position where if you vanish the attack, you're not technically able to maintain priority unless you can bait them into a sidestep or something like that, or you can get them quick or whatever. So it's not as good as it sounds when the characters have the effect where you have to vanish. It's a lot better when they vanish you. There are different characters that do different things. Obviously not bad, though. Anyways, restores health by 50% and minus 15 to own blue card cost when 2 allies are defeated. Can't be canceled. So when he comes in as the last dude, he gets a cost down on the blue card and also restores 50% of his health. Okay, applies the following effects to self when 1 allied character is defeated. By the way, this shouldn't stack. It only mentions 1. It doesn't say like per defeated ally or things. It should only just be a one-time thing. Also, it shouldn't stack because they're not giving him 4 of these, right? It would be 4. Anyways, plus 20% of damage. It's the same thing as pre. And this is basically the same thing too. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Restores ki, damage, and then blast damage buff. Can't be stacked, can't be stacked. Okay, here's the deal. On paper, he doesn't seem as bad as Gohan does, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But that's on paper. We need to see how he is in practice and how he is when paired with Gohan. Because remember, Gohan also has that unique that buffs ki recovery and blast damage for Sun Family and Hybrid Saiyan characters. That's another thing he's going to get, by the way. Like, he's going to be doing so much freaking blast damage, it's not even funny. And his blue card is going to literally one-shot. It was already basically one-shotting a lot of units beforehand, by the way. So, but I think a lot of the character remains the same. If you can adequately play around his blue card abilities, I think that a lot of the interaction with this character is going to be largely the same based on just reading him. He'll do more damage, right? Obviously. But I think the interaction is going to be the same. So if you can play around the blue card, you know, you can bait them out with like tackles, or assuming that they didn't change it to where it works on tackles, but I don't think they did. It didn't say anything about that. But you can bait them with tackles or sidesteps or strike cancels, things like that. To bait out the blue card, you'll be fine. Also, another little hole in his kit, technically, this is a little hole, not a big deal, is he's still going to take a lot of damage himself. He has damage cut, but it's only for a very short amount of time, pre and post transformation. there's nothing else really in there that gives him the ability to tank much better. He's relying on raw stats, which is going to be fine. The raw stats are going to be just fine, trust me. But he would have been a lot better if he got, you know, the ability to tank naturally. But he has almost 200,000 defense. That'd be overkill, right? But he's not perfect, like I think a lot of people were expecting him to be. But again, I think that when paired with characters like Gohan, like SS3, like Kid Goku, like the older Sun Family Zenkais, because yes, there's now a full Sun Family Zenkai team, by the way, stay tuned for that video. This suit might be too good. But I'm really happy that they didn't go overboard with him. That's the main thing I was thinking, because I think a lot of people were scared they were going to go overboard. I just don't see that. I don't think he's overboard, but I think he's still a Z tier character, right? Just because he had such a good outline already that any minor things they did to him was going to be enough. But I don't think they went overboard. Let me know what you guys think, though. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be seeing all of you in the next one.